Hi there, good evening. My name is Vicki Drobness, and I'm a Ruby Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide, and I have with me...
Hi, I'm Anita Heron, and I'm a Gold Ambassador with Plexus.
Hey, thanks, Anita, for being with us tonight. This is our Health and Happiness in a Half Hour, and Anita and I are going to make this even less than a half hour because we know y'all are really busy people, and it's summertime, and you're doing all kinds of fun stuff. But we have been noticing is because Plexus has really focused on gut health, and that's what brought me to Plexus was gut health. And so I'm going to share with you my story of what brought me to Plexus. And we've also heard of several people who have reached out saying, hey, I'm having problems with reactions to food. What can I do about that? So we're going to tell you about that. So as I said, my name is Vicki Drobness, and I'm a Ruby Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. And we'll also have a little post in the group that will tell you what that means and how that maybe that will be something you'd like to look into from a business. And Anita's going to talk about the business side of it in just a few minutes. So about 3 years ago, right about this time, 3 years ago, I was very much dealing with a lot of health issues. I had problems with foods, and I had done some testing. I had a doctor that would do testing because he didn't take insurance. So we weren't tied to what the insurance company allowed us to check for. And so we did testing for food sensitivities and allergies. And whenever he came up with that list, I already knew there were few foods that didn't agree with me. And I think we all kind of have a tendency, there's certain foods that maybe we eat something spicy or something like that, and we just kind of notice the heartburn or whatever. But I did not anticipate the list that I got from him. And that list had over 66 problems with foods. And this was a list of 66 that I needed to avoid in order to get healthy. Now, we're talking about things like lettuce, avocados. Y'all, I cried over that one. I'm a huge guacamole fan, and I cried. Cherries, pineapple, oats. I mean, it was all food groups. It was some things that I didn't think I'd ever had. Halibut. I don't even think I'd ever had halibut to my knowledge. And I was doing everything I was supposed to. I was eating really super healthy and clean, and it just didn't make any sense. So what I did was, he said, okay, you've got to cut out these foods. Well, that was easier said than done, but I did my best. And I did cut out those foods, and I noticed some of the inflammation went away. So I thought, okay, we got this under control. But the problem was because I didn't address the root cause of that, which is something called leaky gut. If you have any question about what leaky gut is, just Google it. Tons of information out there. But it was because I didn't address that root issue of it, what I started having problems with was those foods I substituted. And so by the time that 3 years, whenever I first found Plexus, 3 years ago, actually 3 years, the 23rd. Hey, my Plexiversary is this week. And so 3 years ago, I was down to about 5 foods that I could eat. And even those were getting to where I was starting to notice tingling of the lips, maybe feeling like I was wearing a tight turtleneck. Y'all, that was scary. And I just like, what in the world am I going to do? Because it's not like I'm trying to eat junk food. I'm just trying to eat healthy. So about that time, my friend Charlotte started sharing about Plexus. And my first thought was, girlfriend, please don't tell me that you went down that road. It's a scam. That stuff's probably got all kinds of poisons in it. It's just not going to be good for you, and it's not going to solve my problem. And so I just kind of let that pass until she posted a story about this lady who had really severe problems with foods to the point that she used to have to go to the ER and have one of those pen things that you have to have. And she was able to reverse all of that with Plexus. Well, that got my attention. So I messaged Charlotte and I said, please tell me what it is that you're talking about. I may have misunderstood about what you're doing. And so she shared the information, and I decided to go ahead and get started. I got started with a trial pack of the Slim because, like I said, I'm super having problems with everything. I mean, to the point of I could have a scoop of salsa. Tomatoes were one of my worst. Scoop of salsa on a chip, and within 20 minutes, I look like I'm 6 months pregnant. And that's not fun when you're in your late 40s. Not fun. And so I got started with the Slim. So I started really slow because I had all these problems. And my husband noticed that I was just feeling better. I just had a better mood. I wasn't in such agony. And then I got started with the triplex, and I decided to join because I had been laid off from a job 3 months before that. My severance was running out, so I needed the absolute best price possible. I did not have any intention of doing this as a business. I tried a few of them before, never worked out. But this one was different. And within 6 weeks, now everybody's time frame is different, so I'm not going to say this is what would happen with you, and everybody's body's different. But within 6 weeks, I gone to my mother's 75th birthday party, and I had a slice of her cake. And y'all, I can't remember the last time that I had a slice of cake before that, and I had no problems. I didn't have any reactions whatsoever. I'd forgotten what it felt like to eat and not worry about whether or not there was a bathroom nearby, there was a hospital nearby, or there was, my husband was with me in case I had a problem. And at that point, you could not shut me up about Plexus. And I shared it, and I just kept on growing and growing into a business. But the thing is, 3 years now, I just went out today and had lunch with a friend, and I ate some of those things. I had avocados. I had a sandwich that had the grains that I used to not be able to have. I had cheese on it. So I had all kinds of things that I used to not be able to eat, and no problems. Okay? So it is amazing what the triplex can do. And we posted a video in this group. So if you want to know about the triplex, just go watch that. It's really short, and it explains what it does. And then again, if you have questions about what it is that we've talked about, or you know somebody who's dealing with this, maybe it's you, comment below, and we'll be happy to answer your questions. Okay? So now I'm going to turn it over to Anita and let her tell you her story about how Plexus has been the biggest blessing, not only since she's been with Plexus, but especially the last few weeks. So Anita, take it away.
All right. Thanks, Vicki. Wow, your story is amazing. That is, there are so many people that are struggling with reactions to foods like that. I have so many friends. And so thank you so much for sharing that. That was awesome. I'm kind of like Vicki. I happened into this through Charlotte, the same person. I had no intentions of starting a business whatsoever. I'm a school teacher, and I have enough on my plate with that. When I come home, it's like I don't want to do anything else. But like Vicki said, I've had the last few weeks have been pretty trying with my mom. 12 weeks ago today, she had open heart surgery to have a valve replacement, and surgery went okay, and then 10 days later, had to have another major surgery right after that with another complication that came up while she was still in the hospital. And then she also had infections that started up and was ICU. So through all that time, that happened when school was still in, and I was working full-time with a job that, couldn't do anything about. I couldn't keep taking days off. And I was leaving after work at 5 o'clock at night and heading 30 minutes away to Fort Worth to go to the hospital to stay the evening with her, and was getting home at 10 o'clock at night. So with school being out, and now this is my job this summer, I get to work my Plexus business, and I can work it as little or as much as I want to work it. I can pick the days that I want to work it, and I can schedule that according to what I need. I am able to go up to the hospital whenever I need to. It's a wonderful feeling to be able to tell the therapist and the doctors, I can come whenever you need me to be there. We have to schedule a family meeting. Yes, I can be there. What time is her therapy? Her therapy changes every day, and they don't post her therapy hours until 6:45 in the morning. And so I don't know till 6:45 in the morning what time her therapy is scheduled that day. So the flexibility that I have with having this job, Plexus, I can just schedule what I need to schedule. I can, when I find out, as soon as I find out what the schedule is, I can call people and say, hey, I'll let them know tentatively, like I can meet with you this afternoon. And can I let you know tomorrow what time for sure? And it works out great. I did that today, as a matter of fact. Met with somebody this morning before I headed in. So it has just been amazing. And then also the thing that's amazing about it is the residual income. If you don't know what that is when you have done the work on the days that you are able to do the work, and then you have that income coming in because you have customers that are constantly ordering and getting things because they see how wonderful the products are. They don't want to be without them. And so weekly, that money is still coming in. You know, I'm sitting up at the hospital and I'll get a ding on my phone. Congratulations, you have a new customer. What a great feeling to be sitting there. And so, and it's exciting. And then I can just jump, you know, when I leave, I can hop in my car. And if I've got customers that have messaged me about something, I can message them right back. I just pick my own hours, and it's wonderful to be able to do that and not have to worry that, oh, I've run out of days and I can't take a day off because I don't have any more sick days or personal days, you know, and so I'm not going to get paid. Well, no, I will continue to get paid as long as I have continued to put in the work when I can put in the work too. So it has been a huge blessing. And like I said, a surprise business that I never intended on doing, but people love the products. When they started seeing me and my progress and the weight I was losing, the things it was doing for me and my husband, they asked me. And that's how I accidentally fell into the business. So it's been wonderful.
It is. It's so wonderful. And the probably one of the best things about this business, I mean, yes, I will always be thankful for Charlotte sharing that post, and that person, Lori Harrison, for sharing that post too. But the friendships, I would have never met Anita. And Anita and I, we're not even on the same team as in each other's team. We're what we call sidelines. So we're helping each other out. This is a benefit for many people on our team that have absolutely, they're not getting a financial stake out of this. We just help each other. That's the wonderful culture of Plexus, is we're here to help people be healthy and happy. And the way you do that is by giving of yourself. And if you've been a blessing, if you've been blessed, you be a blessing to other people. And that has been the culture of Plexus. And it's kind of hard to describe unless you've lived it. But I have so many more friends than I had ever anticipated having, and that are happy to help out whenever we need it, and then are just so encouraging. And if you feel down about something, you can reach out to somebody and just know that, hey, they understand and they'll be there to help you. And so the friendships that's been probably the biggest blessing. And absolutely, I'm going to love driving that Plexus Lexus. I'm not going to lie about that. And I'm going to love going to Hawaii. But the friendships, if the friendships were the only thing that I got out of this, and the fact that I can work whenever I want to, and as long as I've got this, I'm fine. That would have been just the biggest blessing of its own. So anyway, Anita, anything else that you want to add before we sign off tonight?
Not that I can think of. I mean, I agree with you. To the same thing. I've met so many people that I call dear, dear friends that I would have never met all across the United States. And it is, and like you said, all the little fun things, the perks that we get to do, love getting together and visiting, and love helping people. You know, that's another thing too. When you get that text where somebody's telling you, thank you so much for telling me about this. I cannot believe how much better I feel. I mean, every time, I think I love those texts or messages more than I love the ones with congratulations, you have a new customer. That makes it just, I mean, I'm a teacher. What do? We help people, you know? And so it's just right up my alley.
Oh yeah. And I'm a former teacher. So yeah, I totally get that in there. So if you are looking at this, if the person who invited you to watch tonight, if you have questions, number one, go back to that person, because that is the person that you who has seen something in you, either for the business or that they think the products can help you. Go talk to that person. If you have specific questions that you'd like to ask one of us, comment below. We're happy to answer questions. We're an open book when it comes to Plexus. But know that Plexus comes with a 60-day money-back guarantee. You have 3 ways to buy. I'll put a post in there in the group about that so that you can see the different ways. But just know that, if you are looking to get healthy, if you love helping people, if you like having fun while helping people, and you want to do it with products that have clinical studies behind them proving their effectiveness, Plexus is the company for you. And we would love to have you as part of the Plexus, the One Plexus family. We call it One Plexus because we help each other out. But we'd love to have you as part of the One Plexus family, be it under our teams or somebody else's teams. It doesn't matter. you are part of the family, and we love that about Plexus. So well, there are other posts, so be looking at those through groups. We've got some prize posts that will be there, and the way that you enter into those prize posts is you comment. Hey, you give us feedback, you tell us what you're dealing with, and then we're going to announce the winner. We'll do the drawing on that at noon Central Time on Friday. So be on the lookout for that. But however we can help you, and by all means take this video link whenever it's uploaded, take it and share it with somebody. If you know somebody who's dealing with something like this, share it with them. We're happy to help them and let them know, or add them to the group. Hey, we're doing these each Thursday night, and so we would love to have you add people to the group. Feel free to do that. So thank you for tuning in. We are so glad that you've watched with us, and please let us know how we can help you. Have a great evening. Good night.